Stuff your stocking with Packard Pokset merchandise this holiday season. Give your honey a hoodie. Give your mama a mug of Christmas cheer. Let Packard Pokset help you find that last-minute holiday gift. By shopping at cafepress.com/PackardPokset, you not only fill your holiday shopping list, you help support the show.
Do you like Packard Pokset and want to hear it on demand and on the go? Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
This is Packard Pokset, and I'm poking at your news. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another fine edition of Packard Pokset. I am your immutable and unmutable host, Packard Sonic. And joining me tonight from the far south of me is Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, I actually got it right that time. Amazing what you can do with memory. I had some freshly installed. Unfortunately, it's still just as crappy as my old memory.
I like practicing for a few months.
Yeah, I've only been practicing it for a few months now. After a couple of years, I'll have it down pat.
Your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who's there. Your own personal Jesus.
You know, this is the time of the year when we hear from the religious nuts that it's a war against Christmas. The atheists are trying to kill Christmas with Santa Claus sometimes.
That's their job.
That's their job. It's Santa's job is to kill Christmas, right? Although I did see this picture where somebody had made this this cutout. It was probably made of wood, and it showed a picture of Santa with a pillow in his hand, and there's the baby Jesus in the manger, and he looks like he's going to smother the baby Jesus, and it said there, on the bottom it says there can only be one. And there can
be only one.
Yeah, there can be only one. So I want that. I fucking want that. A pastor by the name of David Grisham is doing the reverse, only with him, he's trying to snuff out Santa Claus by going to a mall in Texas and yelling at the kid, saying his exact words, Santa Claus does not exist. Well,
it's called Christmas, not Santamus.
Right. Then he declares the Christmas season is all about Jesus. Jesus was born 2,016 years ago. He was born in a manger in a small town called Bethlehem. And that's the truth about Christmas.
Except for the stories where he's born in a cave.
Yeah, or in a house. This guy, he is part of what's called the Last Frontier, Alaska, on its Facebook page. Apparently, he's trying to go to Alaska. Dude, if you're going to go to Alaska, please go visit the crevasses of all the snow caves out there, and don't tell anybody you're going. And then just walk into one. You'll land, not in all one piece, but you'll land.
Alaska's nice, but I think Antarctica would be really good for him.
I like Alaska better because the fact is, you get lost up there, they'll never find you again. You have any other additional thoughts on that, Tom?
Well, I've been to Alaska. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
No, I would have loved to have been there. I would have just loved to point to it's the crazy man. He thinks the Earth is 6,000 years old. Like, to point out all the crazy things that I'm sure he believes in.
Yeah.
As my child is already picking up on the fact that Santa Claus might not be real. Mm-hmm. But Santa's still fun.
Yeah. Nothing.
And, Santa you can see. Who's this Jesus fella? Yeah.
Well, they have a lot of pictures. Some people, it's 5x10s, autographed, love Jesus. I bet you he has one in his bathroom like that. It says, I love you, Pastor. Make it number 2 for me.
Well, all I can say is you got a lot of goddamn nerve.
Yeah, the thing is, let children come out of it on their own. I mean, they're going to eventually. He doesn't understand the mechanism of the mall Santa. The mall Santa is not there, not necessarily just for the child. It's there for the adult and to bring a happy memory for the child and for the kid and for the adults. And since sometimes kids are more willing to open up to Santa about what they actually want, and the parents are like, okay, Yeah, this is the thing. Now, this is where they start making the Christmas list of what they really want.
Well, Christianity is good for traumatizing children. Every time my daughter, sometimes she's afraid of Santa. I say, don't worry about Santa. It's Krampus you got to be worried about.
Apparently, one of the fathers got really pissed off at this guy, yelled at him and said, "That's enough. I'm a parent. That's my choice, and chill out. It's not your place to lie to children," Grissom responded aggressively, telling them the truth about Jesus Christ. Each of his increasingly tense declarations met with "chill out" and "stop" from a father who had left the line to silence his preaching. At one point, the father pushed Grisham, saying, "Go on." At this point, the pastor replied indignantly, "Don't put your hands on people. That's assault." The father replied, "That's not your decision to tell my kids what's the truth and what's not." The irony, of what the pastor is doing. And the fact is that this father, he did the wrong thing by putting his hands on him. I applaud him because I think he should have decked him, but that's me.
Yeah, telling the truth of Jesus is pretty ironic.
Yeah, it is.
Can't believe it. Don't believe it.
And tonight on Unbelievable Deities, we have somebody who is just the exact polar opposite of Santa. And no, it's not Donald Trump.
The Pope?
The Pope? No, it's not Pope. It's Krampus. He's the anti-Santa. God is supposedly the good one, and there's the devil, of course. Then we've got Santa, and then we've got Krampus. Personally, Krampus sounds like something you would get, after you've eaten too much, and, you're just like, too many sweets. Krampus, I got the Krampus. He's more like Satan than Santa Claus. There's no mistaking the two festive spirits. One of these is a jolly round fellow with a fluffy white beard. The other is a menacing, shaggy-haired Eastern European monstrosity with hideous curling horns and a huge red tongue. They both carry a sack, though. Not for the same reason. Oh, absolutely not. Krampus will pull off his evil opposite shtick with more irony than that. Krampus is more of a carrot and stick approach to children's behavior. Good kids are rewarded with lovely gifts from Christmas's magic sack. Naughty kids get a visit from Krampus, who stuffs them into the sack with mischievous glee. Now, it goes on to say that in some instances, Krampus will actually take you back and beat you or whip you, and parents are apparently fine with this. It's like, oh, what happened to Billy? Krampus got him. Oh, are you going to call the cops? No. And in most cases, the child's never seen from again because Krampus promptly eats the child.
My daughter, coming from an atheist, my daughter knew about Santa Claus. She also knew about Krampus.
Oh.
Some parents like to say, if you're good, you get presents. If you're bad, you get a lump of coal.
Mm-hmm.
But not in my house. If you're good, you get presents. And if you're bad, you get Krampus. Which is it's like you better wish for a lump of coal. But
yeah.
I've never indicated that Krampus would take her away, though.
Oh, yeah. That's tantamount to child abuse, I think, personally. Godless Geezers of Chandler says, I wonder if he has Jesus toilet paper, because, he's got to wipe away all those kid bones.
Now, we'll leave it to the Germans to come up with something like Krampus.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective Krampus is if he's going to be taken away, because when none of the kids actually disappear,
yeah,
it's kind of like what all the Christians think that they're all going to disappear for. The
rapture.
Rapture.
Yeah. Nobody
actually disappears. The threat kind of diminished.
Yeah. With the rapture, it's the reverse. The good people get to go away, and everybody else gets to remain. So,
but I thought the Christians got to go away.
Yeah, they get to go away. That's what I'm saying. It's reverse. It's a reverse Krampus. They get.
But you said the good people.
Yeah. They think they're the good people.
You're confusing me.
Religion is confusing enough as it is.
So I think the rapture is a gift to atheists.
It will be. Think about it. Free pants. But anyway, we're not talking about free pants. There, we're talking about. Well, he does kind of look like a satyr, or Krampus does. He looks like the satyr Pan. With a lot of the deities that they tried to stamp down or incorporate into their own religion, Krampus was one they just could not get rid of, no matter what they did over the years. And religion's been around for roughly around 2,000 years, give or take. Christian religion anyway. And they just couldn't get rid of it. The Catholic Church tried stuffing Krampus in his own sack. And he just wouldn't go. I got to hand it to Krampus for sticking around for so long. I mean, as a story, because religion has the tendency to try to erase anything that doesn't agree with what they believe in.
I just think we all need more Krampus in our lives.
Yeah, I think we definitely need something because we got
Keep it real.
Yeah, we got one going into office. We got the big Krampus with a bad hairdo, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's Krampus. That's just one more deity that's completely unbelievable.
Contact us by email at ppappodcast@gmail.com or on Twitter as @PackardPokesat. Like us on Facebook.com/PackardPokesat. Call our Google Voice and leave a message at 662-709-PPAP or 662-709-7727, and we will respond to it on the show. Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time, join us live at vonlive.tv/PackardPokesat. During the show, you can share your thoughts with us by calling 857-216-3200 using PIN number 35368 or on uberconference.com/PackardPokesat. For links to the stories, visit our show page at packardpokesat.wordpress.com. You can help support the show by purchasing merchandise from cafepress.com/PackardPokesat or make a donation to the show at patreon.com/PackardPokesat. If you can't afford any money, why not share the show with your friends and rate us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, and on YouTube. For everyone that shares and rates us, you kick ass.
The Atheists,
The Bible.
and No Wardrobe, the podcast.
Wait a minute. No wardrobe? You mean we're going to be naked while we do this?
Well, seeing how I'm an atheist and I'm reading the Bible, and since clothes are flammable,
Fire! Fire! Fire!
I thought it might be a good idea to take them all off first.
Naked or not, follow along as we read, analyze, and try to keep you from falling asleep as we go through this boring-ass book.
Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Who knows? We may even be on YouTube someday. And be sure to check out The Atheist, The Bible, and No Wardrobe. They're our secondary podcast. A new episode, segment, whatever you want to call it, dropped this morning. And it actually dropped on time. Unlike the rest of fucking 2016, where most of the time it dropped whenever it fucking decided it wanted to. Fucking WordPress. That's what you get for fucking free. Tom was on a couple of them, actually. We had quite a good time with you there, Tom.
Remember, don't read the Bible alone.
Yeah.
Read it with a friend.
Read it with a friend. Don't ever Bible alone.
No sex, no drugs, no wine, no women, no fun, no sin, no you, no wonder it's dark.
You know, people put up all their Christmas displays. Everywhere you go is like, oh, there's Jesus, there's the manger, there's Mary, there's Joseph. It's like, oh, yay. Like, we don't get enough fucking of this shit everywhere, you know. And what's worse is the people that put it up, and they never fucking take it down until, like, the middle of fucking March. I'm like, dude, that was, like, 2 months ago. Please, fucking go away with that shit. It's Christmas was 1 day, 1 month, or in 1 month. It's not continuous months. When most people take down their decorations, they put them up and they leave them for maybe a couple more days, and then they work to take them down. Halloween, for example, most people take it down by the end of October. It's gone, unless, you know, we have nasty-ass shit weather, but it's mostly gone by that time. So, because no one wants to look at that shit anymore. But the fun thing is, though, while it's up, you do get to look at it. And one of the things is about the Mary, Joseph, Jesus thing is that sometimes, well, people will come up and they will steal the baby Jesus. That's a thing. They will get it back to him sometimes. It depends. Sometimes. People have actually put trackers in the baby Jesus. So like, our Jesus is gone. We're going to find out who stole Jesus. You know. In this instance, it wasn't any of those. Somebody had taken a nativity scene that was in Switzerland, in Lucre, and they got their jollies off, not stealing Jesus, but what they did was they took the Mother Mary, who is, these look like they're made of stone or some kind of plaster or something, and they moved Mary right in front of Joseph, so it looks like she's giving him a Hummer. They totally missed out here. They totally missed out. They had sheep sitting there also. They left those laying on the ground. They could have put this one guy who looks like he's one of the shepherds. Could have put the sheep right in front of the shepherd and make it look like he was fucking the sheep. You missed out a great opportunity, dude. You would have had a sheep fucker and a blowjob all in one.
There's just too many missed opportunities here.
Yeah.
And considering how many of these nativity scenes there are, I'm surprised this doesn't have more often.
Mm-hmm.
But this just seemed to suit very well. Just the position of the Mary. And she's obviously praying, but where her hands are positioned, it would be... and the look on Joseph's face is one of contentment.
Yeah. He does look quite content.
She could be praying to him.
Yeah, she could have been praying to him. But then that would have been, blasphemy, because you're not supposed to pray to another man. Or another, man, or to mankind, or whatever, I guess. The artist who created this thing here, now he didn't set it up like that. His name is Franz Schumacher. He created the nativity scene at the market in the Swiss city. He said the prank was disrespectful, and then added it was not funny that his work had been desecrated. I think it's funny, dude. I think it's personally funny.
I'm curious who took the picture, because obviously it was sitting there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe these things are made out of stone and hard to move, but
yeah.
The sheep were just knocked over. It just obviously whoever did this didn't put a whole lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
Damn teenagers.
Yeah.
But
put a little thought into it next time, guys.
I don't see much disrespect. I think they were set up for making a joke, and somebody took advantage of it.
Yeah. Apparently, some people on the street there who were interviewed like, hey, what do you think of this? And some people got offended. One passerby said, they are really stupid people who did this. I mean, even children had a look at this. Argumentum ad children. I don't know. Argument for morality.
I love the questions. Mommy, what's that lady doing to that man?
The Catholic Church also condemned this as unacceptable vandalism. Vandalism means it was destroyed. Nothing was destroyed. Just shit was just moved around.
To be so easily offended by something that is so, let's face it, this is very adolescent humor. I mean, it's funny, but seriously, the church is very sexually repressed, obviously.
Yeah. The spokesperson for the Catholic Church, he says, it is unacceptable to destroy the property of others. Again, he didn't destroy anything. They just moved some shit around. It is also intolerable that someone violates the religious feelings of others. Oh, you hurt my religious feelings. So what, dude? Just because you have a religious belief doesn't mean that your belief should be respected or your religious feelings don't get hurt. If your deity is so fucking all-powerful, let your fucking deity deal with us. Or them. But no, because your deity is not real and imaginary, it's not going to. Ever.
That's the other thing that never ceases. This whole... I think the whole argument of free will is just basically so they have a go-to argument to say why their deity does nothing. I mean, the creator of the universe can't stop some damn kids from moving around some statues.
Yeah. This story also goes back to the previous one also that we talked about earlier today. The David Grisham there. He also apparently had put up a video back in 2010 setting up Santa for a firing squad. Which is more disrespectful? Everybody shooting a Santa Claus.
Which is more traumatic.
Yeah.
For kids, see. I mean,
absolutely. They just moved some statues around and made it look funny. It's like, oh, getting a blowjob. Oh, that's great. Shoot Santa. Which one is more damaging? Kids could see the other one too, but that's okay because you're killing another myth. Whatever, dudes. You guys don't understand. You just don't get the... It's a joke. If you don't like it, tough.
Why does everyone keep thinking I'm a troll?
And tonight on our True or Troll, Tom is going to try to troll me with news headlines that may or may not be true. Tom, what's the first headline for this evening?
First off, we have Chinese astronomers inform Beijing residents sky will be visible for a rare 2-minute window tomorrow morning.
The sky will be visible. I'm going to call it...
If you're familiar with the
Yeah, with the smog and everything over there. I'm going to call a troll on this one.
That is true. No, it's true. Yes, it's troll.
Okay, you confused me.
Yeah.
It's true. It's troll. Wait. It's true.
You got that correct.
Okay.
That's brought to you by The Onion.
Yay! Alrighty.
But I could have believed that one.
With all the smog over there? Probably,
Yes.
yeah.
It's very nasty over there.
Yeah.
Men sue drug maker after developing breasts.
Well, there's a lot of medications that can kind of cause stuff like that. I'm going to say that's a true.
That is true. Actually true. Actually, it's medication for depression and bipolar conditions.
Well, at least they will be able to go out on their own. They won't have to worry like, oh, I can sit here and play with myself then. I don't have to go. I don't have to. They can cop their own feel.
Yeah. I'm not sure if developing breasts is going to help their depression.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it definitely won't help their depression. Might get them better dates though. You know, some women are into that.
Birds are becoming totally dependent on our delicious landfill.
I'm gonna say that's a true.
That again is true. Correct.
That's 3 out of 5 so far.
I'm impressed. I thought that would get you.
Yeah. What's the next headline? Oh, where's that from, by the way?
That was from the
Okay.
Huffington Post.
The Huffington Post. What was the previous one from, anyway? Also.
CNN. Okay, next up is a report. 750,000 Americans die each year during their first attempts to get back in shape. I'm assuming on New Year's Day.
I would say that's probably a true.
That would be a troll brought to you by The Onion.
Ah.
So I'm sure there's plenty of Americans that do die each year trying to get back in shape.
Yeah. Yeah, they get hit by buses.
There, your clue should have been the 750,000.
Yeah. It was too exact.
That'd be a lot of people dying.
Yeah.
Last we have,
Mm-hmm.
in Arkansas, 14-year-old girl is expelled from high school for saying that Adam and Eve never existed.
I'm going to call true on this one.
Well, here's your clue that it's not true. She said Adam and Eve never existed. This is in Arkansas.
Yeah, that's what I was saying because I was thinking because it was Arkansas.
Oh, that's true.
Is the story true or troll?
It's a troll.
Hey, you trolled me on 2 of them again there, Tom. That's 60%. That's not bad. So how did everybody else do at home? Did you do as well as I did? I hope you did better than I did. Tom does a good job at finding these troll stories for me. So
Yeah, some news is stranger than fiction.
yeah. Well, we'll be back next week with our OK Let's Talk, and we're going to be discussing 2016 and what a fuck fest it's been. That's not the title, but you know. A little bit of
tragedy.
It's been a bit of a tragedy overall, but we'll discuss that then. This has been Packard Pokes that we just poked at your news.
And that's a wrap.